Happy hump day, everybody. Okay, so let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Pretty much my low is, well, I can definitely say that part of my low is today is the day that my family is closing up our cottage at Cuca Lake for the year. Yeah, I'm sad. I mean, look, I know for a fact it had to be done. In fact, I came to terms with that a couple of weeks ago. But it really doesn't make it any less easy. So today I'll be heading up to Cuca Lake one last time. Maybe I'll take a photo to put on social media one last time for the year, that is. And then after I help my father take care of everything we have to take care of, because we have to take the jet ski lift out of the water, and we have to take his boat back to Penn Yan, to a place called Morgan Marines. They take care and winterize boats for the obviously for the fall, winter, and spring. Like, those are the two major things we have to do. Outside of that, I mean, there's a few other things we definitely have to take care of. I mean, there's a few things like, well, I don't know if we're taking care of any of the refrigerator stuff. I don't know. I have to wait and play that by ear. But yeah, a large part of today is going to be heading back up to Cuca Lake. Luckily, though, like because yesterday was like really cold and rainy. Today is supposed to be really nice, like 70 degrees and sunny, which I hope that's the case. Honestly, if I'm going back up to Cuca Lake, I would have. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really care what the weather is like up at Cuca Lake, but if it's my last day, yeah, I think I'd rather have it be, not cloudless, per se, because, let's be honest, the day where there's no cloud, believe it or not, and this is actually a really fun fact, in a 365-day year, 45 days are pretty much guaranteed to have no clouds in the sky where you are. So that's pretty cool. But it just goes to show, like, that's barely over, like, that's like a month. That is literally like a month and like a week and a half. So take that with what you will. Actually, no, it's a month and 2 weeks. Or you could say like 10.5% of you. The point is, like, today I really do hope that the weather does stick to being nice out. I'm not expecting utter perfection when I go back up to Cuca Lake, but I'd still like something to remember it by. Which is why I'm going to try and remember to take a photo of everything. Goodness, I'm tired. My high is yesterday I did spend nice eating with my mom, my dad. We got to picnic pizza for dinner. That was we didn't really feel like, my mom was watching my nephew, so she didn't get home until very late. And so we just had, pizza and wings for dinner. And that was nice. And we watched a little bit of The Voice. That was really cool. Although I can't believe, actually I'll get to my point in a minute. And my act of kindness was, I helped set up the table and clear the table for dinner. I was the one who got the pizza from the pizza guy. And today is garbage day, but yesterday I helped prepare for that too. Well, garbage day for my folks. I mean, my apartment building has a giant dumpster, and the garbage people come like whenever. But where my parents live, garbage day is on Wednesday, which is, today. So I can't believe, like, the blind auditions are already almost over. I mean, in a way, it kind of makes sense. You have, Mondays and Tuesdays Mondays from 8 to 10, and then Tuesdays from 8 to 9. So essentially it's 3 hours a week's worth of, blind auditions. And that's effective, I guess. But I swear, I thought there'd be more. Like, I thought we'd at least have, like, another week. Or maybe it's because they're trying to prepare for, because I'm pretty sure The Voice is going to try and end before 2022 is over. And if next week, which would be around halfway through the month of October, give or take. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It'd be a third of the way through October. That would be, it'd be a third of the way through October. And is it 16 voice contestants per coach? I forget. I don't know. I really do not know. So let's say that you have like 64 contestants. You're going to get to about 5 or 6 contestants an hour. So maybe? I have no idea how The Voice works. Again, I only watch after the blind auditions. But it should still be fun. Just trying to think over a few things. So I made a video a few days ago regarding, actually I think it was about a week ago, regarding Ned Fulmer leaving the Try Guys. The Try Guys actually released a statement regarding that just yesterday, or maybe it was like late Monday evening. I'll put a link to that video in the description down below. But I don't know, I guess, I think I pretty much said everything I really wanted to say about that the other day. But I do gotta point out that, like, it's just so incredibly bizarre that, because when I actually made that video, I didn't even think about the fact that, for one thing, like, the Try Guys isn't just like, the 4 guys. It's actually just like a whole staff of like 20 plus people that work really hard to give you the content that they do. And, they all have families. They have to work. They have to, pay the bills, put food on the table, stuff like that. And at some point, and sometimes they are getting like harassed, or I didn't even think about that. On the odd chance, like, you are doing that, just stop. And if you're going to say something, please do it with kindness. This is a really, really big thing that's happened to the Try Guys. I'm not going to get into that, but it's pretty serious. And the last thing they need is anyone completely harassing them over what's been going on. I'm certainly not going to do that. In fact, the video I made the other day was made completely out of love and respect for what the Try Guys do. I hope it came across that way, because I really was trying to have it be that way. But it also didn't occur to me that there's like a whole bunch of videos that they made regarding before they knew what wound up happening. And they had to scrap them. That's a huge amount of time, money, resources, all gone because of what happened. Not to mention, this isn't just anyone on the staff. Like, this is one of the Try Guys themselves, and those 4 guys have been friends forever. And they're losing a friend. I can't even begin to imagine how serious that is. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I mean, technically I have lost a friend before, but we eventually made up. So, well, I don't think that's really a better, oh, sorry, I don't think that's a good comparison. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This sort of thing is really hard to articulate, you know? It is. And now I have no idea what's going to happen going forward. No one does. I'm just glad that from what, I mean, you'll see in the video, but Eugene, Zach, and Keith, you know, they're definitely handling it well. They are. You know, they definitely ensured that they took all the necessary steps and what they had to do to get this matter taken care of. But it doesn't make it any less serious for the fans. So again, you know, Eugene, Zach, and Keith, I hope this finds you guys well. You know, I know you don't know who I am, but I really have been watching you guys since 2019. In fact, this is actually before you guys became your own channel. So, needless to say, I've been a fan of you for a few years now. And I, like so many other people, look forward to everything you guys do. It must be so incredibly hard to go what you're going through. And, you know, all I can say is I hope that this video finds you, you know, well. Yeah, sorry this video isn't really that great or anything. It's just, we're in that time of year where Wednesday's just not like, I mean, thankfully we have The Masked Singer, but that's tonight, which is going to be tomorrow's video. You know, Hot Ones is going to be Friday's video, among other things. We're in that sort of lull period of the week. I mean, yeah, The Voice was on last night, but it was only on for an hour. It was a fun hour, don't get me wrong. And again, it is fun watching the blind auditions, it really is. But to me, that's like the only entertaining thing there is. Doesn't really give you much to, you know, work with. But, you know, it's fun. It's all good, clean, you know, watchable television. Oh, keep in mind, The Voice is always, you know, watchable, but, you know, you get the idea. So, based on what I've seen from The Voice, I mean, here's the thing. Whenever you watch the blind auditions for The Voice, you really do hear a lot of good singers. And obviously, it's sort of a tool that they use to help you root for them, giving, you know, backstories and stuff like that. And, you know, that's all well and good. But at this point, it is far too early to say who I want to win. Because at this point, I'm going to forget how many people actually auditioned. I'll forget how many people auditioned, but I'm also going to forget who actually is on a team at the moment. I can definitely say that whenever you get like a new voice coach, specifically Camila Cabello, I mean, she definitely knows what she's doing. And you know, it actually does remind me, because I do fancy myself a bit of a singer, of course. I don't really sing much in these videos because a part of me worries about getting a strike, or, I mean, not that these videos are monetized. I mean, they could be if you all watched and liked and subscribed. That'd be great. But semantics. If I ever was, and I've talked about this before, if I was ever on I mean, I would do The Voice, But the thing about being on The Voice that would scare me the most isn't not getting a chair turned around. Because that either happens or it doesn't. I mean, okay, I would be a little sad if no one turned for me, but that's not the thing that would get me the most. It would be if someone actually does turn, like, if you ever watch The Voice and they, like, press the button to turn the chair on, it's like a big, loud, booming sound. And if I'm singing, that sound is going to completely distract me. It just is. Like, I'm worried I lose my place and whatever. At least that's what would happen to me. In terms of what I'd want from my coach, that's a bit tricky. Because none of the coaches are inherently bad. Not even remotely. I mean, worst case scenario, you have a style of music and you wind up picking a coach that doesn't really follow in that style. The classic example would be someone who's not remotely involved with country, but you wind up picking Blake Shelton. I guess it would depend on what song I pick. Because here's the thing, if I was on The Voice, I definitely would pick a song that one of the artists themselves have made and do it in, my own way, I guess. The problem is I wouldn't know which song I would. But again, this is a lot easier when you had coaches like Kelly Clarkson and Alicia Keys. Because there's actually one song from each of those two artists that I know that I could easily do for The Voice if they were coaches. But they're no longer coaches on The Voice. So, yeah, pretty obvious. If Alicia Keys was there, I'd want Alicia Keys. If Kelly Clarkson was there, of course I'd want Kelly Clarkson. In terms of past coaches, actually, that reminds me. Blake Shelton is the only one of the original 4 coaches left on The Voice after all this time. Because I'll never forget the very first Voice commercial. It was a Super Bowl commercial. And a really good one, too. It was Blake Shelton, Adam Levine, CeeLo Green, and Christina Aguilera. I mean, I guess I would have Blake if I really was feeling, not that I really know much country, but if Blake really thought he could help me and he was the only one who turned around, yeah, I'd have him. I guess of those original 4, the only one I'd really, at the time I definitely would have said CeeLo Green because I can definitely hit his range. And you're probably, you're a guy. Why would you want like a woman being your voice coach? Why would you want Kelly Clarkson or Alicia Keys and I was about to say Christina Aguilera too. Christina was great as a voice coach. My reasoning is, because here's the thing, I went to Trinity College. I went to an all-boys school. I repeated my senior year at Horseheads. I repeated my senior year after I graduated from Horseheads, which was co-ed, and went to Trinity Pauling when it was boys only. There was no women around for an entire year, okay? I am very comfortable with my sexuality. Not that there was anything crazy going on at Trinity Pauling. I'm just saying I'm very comfortable with my sexuality. So if I had to sing something like I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett, or, I don't know, Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera, I definitely would sing those songs. And I'm certainly not going to gender bend either. Oh yeah, if I'm saying I Love Rock and Roll, you best believe I saw him dancing there by the record machine. Don't worry. I'd make sure he'd be older than 17. Allegedly. I hope y'all liked this video, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do YouTube channel greatly. Follow me on social media. As always, I'm very home made this video for all of you guys watching Joe for name. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, because what talking time was over here to Lenny. Everybody, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.